All right, I'm going to be playing part 2 now of this UFO Disclosure interview with Clayton Morris from Redacted. Again, I don't own the rights to this video, so it's going to be edited and not too much, but with an overlay too, a screen overlay over it. With that said, I strongly advise people when they listen to this video to be aware of what's being said and don't take anything for granted, because there's a part in the video where the interviewee is liking the technology and spirituality together. And for me, that's a big no-no. But for you, you're the viewer, so you have to decide for yourself. For me, my mind's already made up. Not that I'm closed-minded, but I strongly feel that this is deception. And whether the guy who's being interviewed, the former military officer, is in on the deception or not, I'd like to think not. He may just be totally deceived. And as a result, he's discredited, disregarded the Bible, the Word of God, and really has not any further looked into this being Nephilim, and that being angels that laid with women and gave birth to this offspring, which would explain these megalithic structures that are all throughout the world that we today cannot create with our own technology, in terms of the very weight and size of the bricks, the materials used. And examples would be the pyramids. I think it's called Machu Picchu, regardless that I chopped up that name. If you look throughout history, if you look out throughout what's remained from the ancient world, there are structures that far exceed our technology today, and others will explain this as being lost science. And we have to go back now and we have to rediscover this science. Again, enjoy the video, enjoy this interview, and decide for yourself. And with that said, enjoy that ride.
To part 2 of our 2-part interview with JP, a man that spent years in the shadows in the United States Army working on special classified UFO and space programs. What he's seen and worked on is frankly jaw-dropping, and it could have profound implications for the future of humanity. And in part 1, we talked about how he went from cleaning pools in Florida to the United States government coming to his house and asking him to join the military for the purpose of working on these classified UFO and secret space programs. Also in part 1, we talked about his work on the under-ocean alien bases and so much more. So in part 2, which you're about to watch, we deep dive his experiences working on the moon base and other advanced technologies which could change everything if we were allowed to actually use them. So without further ado, here is part 2. Well, you've seen so many things. You've seen these underground bases. You've seen these arcs. You've been inside these arcs. You've witnessed this technology. With a lot of ground that we've covered, but the one thing that I really wanted to talk about was the moon base. And I've heard from whistleblowers, U.S. Air Force whistleblowers, who've been transported to the moon base. And I don't know, I know you can tell me, I think there are multiple moon bases from what I understand.
Yeah, there is multiple moon bases. There is an arc on the moon as well.
Underground?
Underground. I think it is visible.
It is visible?
Yeah, I think it
is it on the dark side?
It is in between, I think.
Do we know where on the moon?
We do know where. And I think
maybe you could, do you have any idea specifically, like if I'm looking at the moon, because a lot of amateur astronomers are going to want to dial this in.
No, I do not. know the exact location. Well, I can't give out the exact location.
Okay.
There's a lot of different countries involved. I know that. I know that there's another, I don't know if this is the first time people hearing this, but there's other people living in the moon that look Indian looking. And they got these egg-shaped crafts, and they're connected to ancient India. I could tell you that. And they're living in the moon, and they visit Earth now and then. And I think we have captured probably these egg-shaped crafts before, and I talked about it way before me interacting with a guy. His name is Lovint, and sometimes he picked me up in this egg-shaped craft as well.
And you believe he was an ET?
I believe he's a MT.
An MT, a moon terrestrial.
Yeah.
Right, a moon terrestrial. Wow. And he looks Indian.
They look Indian.
Yeah.
They look Indian
So he would pick you up in this egg-shaped craft. Is that egg-shaped craft similar to what was recently revealed in that News Nation report a few months ago?
Yes, sir.
Almost identical?
Yeah, identical. I think, yeah. It looks similar. Yeah.
The pilot described that crash retrieval as being overwhelmed, like an overwhelming connection spiritually to this thing.
Yeah. They're really spiritual people. They still have their traditions. They're really spiritual. Like they're way advanced because they implement the spirituality with technology.
Right.
So cool.
So you were transported to the moon how many times?
I remember once.
Once. And it was just you individually or with a group of other members of the
group of other people.
In this egg-shaped craft?
No.
In a different craft?
It looked like a TR-3B.
Okay.
This triangular military craft that we have. Yeah.
Do you remember how long it took you to get there? Was it near instantaneous? Was it a few minutes?
I blacked out and I opened and it was there.
A U.S. Air Force whistleblower we've had on the show talks about her experience walking into almost like a Stargate facility, which would be in a small room, and walking into a Stargate facility where they've been transported to the moon base. Does that exist?
Yeah. We have, on different bases, we have massive technology that even a ship can go through this gate and end up somewhere else.
It's always crazy when we see shows and like the show Stargate, Star Trek, or you mentioned Andor.
It's drip drop disclosure.
Yeah. So we know about all of this stuff. Even back when Steven Spielberg was doing Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and he received
Wyoming, right?
And he received that film ahead of time, and he knew something. So yeah, it's like the dripping of this out, of course. So have you ever seen one of these Stargates?
I have.
You have?
I have. But that's where I encountered, I can say it now, encounter those people.
The bad people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And well, by the way, that's where the whistleblower we had on the show from the Air Force, she encountered those bad people.
Yeah.
Or she encountered pretty evil individuals at one of these Stargates.
I think they're connected to the technology. They're like protectors. Like you can't look at certain things. You got to look down, look at the red line. If you look up, they'll punch you in the face, or it's like you're in jail.
Wow.
So
can you tell where some of these Stargates are in the United States? I imagine one of them is probably in Alabama, at the new home of Space Force.
I think we have one in the biggest Air Force base that we have, Eglin Air Force Base.
Eglin, okay.
Yeah, I think we have one there. I'm going to say I think, okay?
Okay. Do you remember where you saw the one that you saw, or can't talk about it?
Can't talk about it.
Okay. Do you think there's more than one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not just there. And the one I saw is there.
And there's smaller ones.
There's smaller ones. We got things that they call jump rooms.
Jump rooms, that's how she described it.
Yeah.
Yes. Jump rooms.
You're there, you feel nauseous, you feel dizzy, and you're out somewhere else.
Would you describe it as like a wormhole? Or actually teleporting you? Like transporter Star Trek style?
Yeah, you still see yourself. You phase out, you black out, you phase in, phase out. I don't know how to tell you, but it feels like a jump room. The room jumps and you're there. You're just there.
All right, I want to go back to the moon. So you get in this group of individuals. You're with this group of other military individuals, civilians as well?
They're civilians. And, you know, I don't want to take the stolen valor or nothing like that with astronauts. I feel bad about these astronauts that people say that they haven't been to the moon, Clayton. I think we need to address that.
Let me give you what I've heard, and then you can tell me if it's right or wrong. How about that? I've heard that we have been to the moon, and the very first mission or the second mission, Apollo 11, Apollo 12, happened, but then we got a little too close. That we saw things, we got too close, and the other subsequent missions were faked. Is that true or false? Any of what I just said accurate?
I think everybody that said that went to the moon went to the moon. But when they went to the moon, they did something different from the mission that they did. So when you say faked, it's not that they did what they did. They went for another type of mission.
So they weren't there to play golf.
No.
They weren't there to plant a flag and drive like a rover around.
It's a connection.
Yeah.
Connection. Build bridges.
Build bridges.
Build bridges.
But they did actually go.
Yeah. And I think this happened also with the Chinese government. The similar situation.
So when people say, you know, when Vladimir Putin was like looking at photos last year and looking at photos of the American moon mission, and someone said to him that these were all faked, and he said, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's probably cover up, but do you believe that there were certain things that were faked about it to hide certain elements of the mission?
I wouldn't say that.
No?
No. Maybe certain things that they want to hide, maybe they made it up.
But we did go to the moon.
All the astronauts that say that been to the moon. I believe that.
You know, Buzz Aldrin has come out and said a couple of times in interviews, and people say, oh, he's just old. He's got dementia. He's older now. And so he would say things like when a little girl asked him the question, you know, about the moon, and he said, well, you know.
Did we go?
Did we go?
I saw that.
Yeah. But he would have been one person.
It's just, I think he's been talked about what is consciousness and who we really are as humans. What happens when we are gone? Do we still live? Do we go somewhere else? So consciousness is a big part of all this, Clayton, and spirituality and interdimensional. It's all about this.
So when I want to talk more about the interdimensionality of it and the spiritual side of it in a second, but you get to the moon base, you black out, you're on one of these triangular shaped craft with other individuals from the military, other civilians. How do you see yourself flying into the moon? Or
yeah, it's like a tunnel. It's like an ancient volcanic, and you see it's like a copper. It's like crazy. It's like the tunnel's made of like a copper. It's beautiful. And you go in and you land, and what I remember is you interact with people. I was there to pull security. Apparently they use a lot of people that have been through experiences to go to these missions, to not just be involved, but just to be there, to pull security and
just extra muscle.
Yeah, extra muscle.
Huh.
Because I guess once you go through these experiences a lot, it's like it becomes a normal for you, you know, and
yeah,
it becomes like a normality. I'm sorry, my pronunciation is. I had Bell's palsy, so if people see my face, half of my face went dead.
Oh, wow!
And I think I had it when I was 17, but it activated again when I got the jab. Jeez.
Did they make you get the jab?
Yeah, I signed for it. I signed to be part of the military, so whatever they told me to do, I did. So I got the jab twice.
Oh boy. Well, hopefully they can give you something to get it out of your system. That's the other part. Sorry to hear that.
Well, I experienced the med bed.
Okay, so well, thank you. You're because I'm like, okay, what questions do I want to ask about? So these med beds.
It's like it goes way beyond. And I told Doc, you sure you want to document this? Dr. Sally's like, yeah, let's document everything, all your experience.
So President Trump a few months ago sent out a tweet about this advanced. It was President Trump sent this out. I think it was later deleted, if I'm not mistaken, and it was about med beds, about this advanced technology that could basically cure diseases, analyze everything, and cure everything. And we've reported that, yes, these exist. This technology is hundreds of years more advanced than what we have. But the fact that President Trump tweeted it out was like the craziest thing in the world.
And I posted it 1 week before on my channel.
It's crazy.
I had like, it was little views, 61,000 views, but still, I posted it 1 week before he posted it, and he took it off. I think, I don't want.
But talk about, what is a med bed? And you had experience being in one, being healed by it?
Yeah, I experienced. And
where was this?
In Eglin.
In Eglin.
Eglin Air Force Base. And I'm sure.
Well, this is what's been frustrating.
Man, I'm putting Eglin on the map now, huh?
Yeah.
Jeez.
But go ahead. So, but this is the part that's frustrating to me, is that we have this technology and then there are people out there dying of cancer. And we have this technology that can heal people, and there are just people dying of cancer right now.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to see it. And that's the frustrating thing. That's really upsetting to me. Like my father dying of a stroke a few years ago. And, if they had access to this technology, he'd be here now, maybe.
Yeah.
So
I had heart problems the other day. It's no joke.
We'll talk about
everybody that talks about these things, I guess they get attacked certain ways, Clayton. These beds, I think the reason of that, Clayton, and I know it's sad for a lot of people, they need these technologies. They really need it, but the technology that is embedded inside these med beds can be used for something else. So there's certain technology that are part of these med beds, right? That if somebody that uses it for to do wrong, a lot of people can pass. If you know what I mean. Look what happened to atomic weapons, okay? We can use it for energy, or you can use it for
nefarious purposes.
Same thing with the med bed. Okay, in med bed, you got technologies that are implemented that if it falls in the wrong hands, we can't let that happen. Okay, and people need to understand that. The percentage of what would happen, or the percentage of what would happen. So when the moment is right, this technology will be released, but it's going to be released bits and pieces of it. And then there's going to be different companies also involved. Look at what happened with the car industry. We got Mercedes, we got Toyota, we got different types of brands. Different brands are going to be in charge to heal certain parts of your body. Certain brands are going to be for cancer or for stroke victims. So depending how they roll this technology out and which country want to roll out with this technology first, I think they're debating. First, they're going to implement with AI certain vaccines. I know, and people are, no vaccines.
Yeah.
But you need to take certain medications prior of entering
the med
beds in order for the med beds to work correctly with you. That's what's going to happen, I think. But, like I said, there's different technology that involves, it involves brain consciousness and involves something else that I can't really get into.
So when you were in one of these med beds, was it at Eglin Air Force Base? And how did they prep you for it? Did they say, and why did you need to be in a med bed?
And I don't want people doing a line in Eglin. They move these med beds.
Well, I'm sure it's not the only spot that has a med bed.
And they have the capability of moving these med beds all over the place.
Well, I think there's some on the moon base, to my understanding as well.
Yes. There's a lot on the moon base.
So don't bother Eglin. Go to the moon base and
go to the moon.
Okay. So why did you have to be in one of these med beds?
I was having problems after I got the jab. In my face, I got Bell's palsy. I thought I was having a stroke.
Oh.
And my lower back. And I was forgetting a lot of things, Clayton. I was starting to forget a lot of things
that were vital to a mission.
Yeah. I was forgetting. I woke up and I forget it was Monday. I think it was Friday. Sometimes I was slurring words. So I really thought I was having a stroke. It was scary for me because I was telling Doc, I said, Doc, how about they're trying to erase me? Like erase my mind, like erase like me having frontal lobe, So the guy that tells me that gives me the green light, he says, just say what I need you to say, and just say certain parts of your experience. So in all these missions, there's a lot of things I still can't talk about, Clayton. There's in between, there's certain things that I can't because of national security or world security or whatever you want to call it. I can't talk about. But I think it's already far on what I said. It's going to be nutty for a lot of people. But like you said, they're talking in Congress about it. We got a lot of military. We got Age of Disclosure just came out. That's opening the eyes. I'm sure the president has his eye on that. And I think depending, it could be this administration that talks about disclosure.
I hope so.
Depending about certain things.
Well, I know that people like David Grush and others have said, we're just waiting for the president of the United States. If he can give us the cover to wipe away all of these NDAs that people have had to sign, and the president can say, these NDAs are now null and void, and you need to come forward. We want everyone to come forward, and we're gonna blow the lid off of this.
It's like having what do you call those weapons that the Russian has that it's called
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a gun, but what does he do? I don't know if you can say it on the show.
Russian roulette?
Yeah, it's like a Russian roulette type of thing. You know? All these technologies have a technology that's connected that can harm. So anti-gravity, what that can do with the economy, if that's released. Med beds, what that can do with the economy, if that's released.
All the big pharmaceutical companies would be suddenly upended.
And on top of that, you have what other things that can branch out from that the ETs don't want yet to come out. So you got that contract type of thing happening as well.
So there seems like there's a lot of like ball and chains being dragging people down.
It's like a roulette all over the place.
So after just maybe you can talk about the medbed piece of it again. Like did you feel better after?
I felt like I could run 2 miles in 12 minutes again.
Wow.
No.
Almost
2 miles in 12 minutes.
Almost instantaneously? How long were you in the medbed?
Really, I don't know how long I was there. I think I was there for a couple hours. I felt like I couldn't move from the neck down, I couldn't move my body.
Wow.
I was in the gel substance. And apparently the gel substance is connected with wires with electricity. So I think the gel, because of your pores, it connects more with your body. So I don't know what this gel substance is made of. Oh, I know it was not sticky, but sticky. And when when I blacked out, because they were taking a lot of blood out, and when I blacked out and they had me in the wheelchair, I was in the bed already. And I had these wires coming out of my hands. I felt them, and I felt wires coming out of my feet. And I was on this bed that it looked like a capsule, and it had marble on the bottom. It looked so awesome. It looks so good.
Did it look like we made it?
I think we
borrowed it.
But we also have these other types of med beds that can transfer consciousness to other places, like Avatar, the movie.
I was going to say, so much of what you've been saying today reminds me of Avatar when I think about these groups of military members going off planet together. You've got Marines, you've got civilians, you've got, I was going to say Avatar, but
all these movies, I'm telling you, Clayton, is like under your nose.
Yeah,
and
it's right there.
It's right there. Start taking notes. Like this last movie with Predator, Offlands.
Or Badlands.
Badlands, yeah. It's like these plants that move, they exist.
Wow.
I talked to an officer from the Air Force. I'll probably connect you with him. I'll tell you his name after.
Okay.
He's been through a lot of dissecting ETs.
Wow.
And all that. And I think he was off MacDill Air Force Base. And I'll ask myself, why they don't have guys like that on Congress?
Yeah.
Or
right.
I'm not saying me, but now after I think this show, they're gonna probably subpoena me, right? I guess.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll invite you to testify in front of, hopefully, with whistleblower protection in front of Congress, as other whistleblowers have. I hope so.
Jeez, it's gonna be tough.
I hope so, but
I think it's coming out in stages.
Yeah.
I think soon we have all these guys talking about UFOs. We got evidence, video evidence. And then we're going to have the second stage of it, the grunts, the people that were told what to do.
Yeah. I just want to go back to the moon base here and then talk about some of these.
I'm trying to go around the moon base.
I know. You're trying to go to the dark side of the moon, and I keep bringing you back because to me, I mean, as a child growing up with my Jason telescope in my front yard as a kid, going out in the middle of the night and looking up at the moon and studying it, and
I'm not an astronaut. That's the thing, you know. It's just you feel like you're there. You are there. You go through these experiences, and you have other people that are there with you.
So when you look up at the moon, like when you're at home, you're with your kids, you're just like looking up in the sky, you're like, do you like, does it strike you like, I've been there?
Yeah, it does. It does strike me. And I know a lot of people from church are going to see this show.
Yeah.
That, watch it, and I don't talk to people in church about my experiences.
Yeah.
I still go to church. I still worship God. I'm from a Christian background. My father was a pastor. My wife, she's a pastor. My father-in-law, he's a pastor. Everybody in my family is religious. So I do still go to church, and I believe in God. I want people to understand that I still believe in a superior being, a powerful being. But when you go to the moon and you come back, you see everything different. You see...
How so?
I started seeing civilization different.
I bet.
I started seeing people different. I was like, I can't believe people are going through this. Like, for example, like you told me about your dad.
Yeah.
And we have these technologies.
Yeah.
Who's behind the bigger picture? Who's behind all these technologies? I know the military, we experienced all this, but it's like how can I put this? There's different pockets of people that do certain things. We got the military, we got the governments, we got the civilian sector, and then we got the people that are like super scientists that are connected and they have their own military. It's different pockets.
Yeah.
But it all bridges together. So if people say it's the military, it's connected, but I don't think it's
Just the military.
Just the military. And the air
on the moon?
On the moon, it's...
How are they doing that? So you fly into this like copper tube in this craft, in the triangular shaped craft. You land. What does it smell like? What does it look like? And are you able to breathe?
There's a lot of water on the moon.
There's a lot of water?
There's a lot of water on the moon, yeah. Crystallized water on the moon. And we have technology that
decrystallizes it.
Decrystallize these water. You know, in water we have oxygen. So you can extract certain...
Is it difficult to breathe for you? Like when you landed and came out of this...
Similar to when you climb the mountain here in... Colorado?
Yeah.
It's thin air, yeah. It's really thin, but you can still breathe. But it feels refreshing, I'm sure.
Is there water, decrystallized water sort of flowing through this facility?
No. The crystallized water flowing to the facility. But we have water. They have water. When you get off this craft,
do you say like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom? And like, oh yeah, the men's room is over there. Like, I'm just picked, like, is it totally...
Yeah, I didn't go to the bathroom.
How long were you there?
I don't know the time that I was there. Everything seemed like fast pace.
So there's no
similar like now.
Yeah. Like I need to go get a coffee. Like, do they offer you like, oh, you're here on the moon, would you like something?
We got these pills that they give us prior. We drink these pills, and
what do they do?
I think they lock certain things inside your body.
Huh.
Yeah.
And okay, so you're there. Can you describe you see what does it look like? Is it like a brand new building? Can you describe it?
It looks older.
Older.
It looks older structures, but it's embedded into the moon.
Okay.
Our area, but the area of these people that live there, it looks like ancient Rome type of structures.
So it's been there for hundreds of thousands of millions?
Yeah, maybe thousands of years, yeah.
So the new structure, who built the new structure, do you know?
I think it was humans. I don't know who built it.
Humans in collaboration with?
Humans in collaboration with these with Nordics beings. I know the Nordics have a big connection with these beings on the moon.
So you were in this like newer facility than compared to the older Roman style structures.
Yeah.
And can you see the sky? Is it just a full building around you like a dome? Is there like a...
It's like a cat cave, big cavern.
Big cave, okay.
And then you hear, it's not like a bell, you hear like a... You hear the moon itself.
Is it hollow? Is it an actual moon, or is it a hollow structure, as some people have suggested?
I think it's a craft of some sort.
That the whole thing is a craft?
I think it's a craft of some sort. I think it was wrong there.
Because I've heard from other people that we've had on the show who've been to the moon base, they've talked about this sound that you just mentioned. Like that it almost has like an engine-like sound.
I think it's alive. I think it's alive. I think it's a craft of some sort that's been there for a long time, Clayton. That's what I think. It's a moon. Yeah.
Yeah. But who knows if, yeah.
I don't know if it's a dormant craft, if it could be turned on, or if they move it closer, it can create bigger waves on Earth. I'm not saying nothing, but I don't know.
Why would they do that? If these are kind, spiritual beings, why would they cause tsunamis on Earth? Why would they cause giant waves that could bring destruction? Like that's what, from a spiritual perspective, but also just from a non-spiritual perspective, why would they do that?
There's things that we don't understand, Clayton. Why things happen? You know, why people pass away?
Right.
You know, why do we have to go to church? Why do we have to join the military? Why do we have to go to war? You know, look at us humans. Like, what do you think? Like, if you come from a different place and you look at us, right?
We're the most warring individuals we've ever seen, right?
The only species on Earth that kills each other.
Yeah.
You know? So I think throughout history, we have been resetted. You know?
We've been reset.
Type of reset.
Interesting.
And I think
it's a wake-up call.
I think we're scared that might happen again. You know? I'm not putting fear porn out there, you know?
Yeah.
But we got higher beings that are smarter than us. We got to accept that. We got...
And far more powerful than us.
Far more powerful. That if the moon comes a couple 100 miles closer...
And they can control this.
A lot of things can be wiped out. A lot of sea level would change. Imagine if the moon gets closer. Well, what happened? And it was closer before. The waves were way bigger before, a couple thousand years ago.
Right.
The moon is moved away an inch, about inch and a half every year, something like that. Why? But that's thing, you know, that people would think is
crazy.
It's fiction and crazy and,
well,
you know, but
I mean, I guess you could pick, someone could watch this entire interview and take away one little thing and say, that's just crazy. But
yeah, that's nuts. Yeah.
But, so how long do you think you were there? Few 4 hours, maybe?
Yeah, a couple hours.
Yeah. And after that, had you gone back to the moon base since?
No, I don't.
That you know of?
Remember, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I probably have, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I get back in dreams.
Yeah.
But I don't really, like, I remember seeing Jupiter.
What?
The rings of Saturn.
So traveling there, you didn't just go to the moon, you traveled out?
Yeah.
For what purpose? Why would they take you that?
Certain mission. We have a company that mines the rings of Saturn and mines certain things around our solar system.
We have a company that does that?
Well, not the United States, but the world. The world.
What are we getting from the rings of Saturn? What kinds of metals?
I don't know, Clayton. I don't know. I'm just an E4 in the military. I'm told what to do. I wish I was an officer, but when I got out, they gave me a paper saying that I was a war officer too, and she called me a sir, and I said, "Hey, this is wrong." She went into the office, and she's like, "I'm sorry, specialist," and she came out pale, and she switched it out, but I got that information still.
What does that mean?
War officer too?
Yeah. I mean, why would she say that? What does that mean?
What do you mean? Like, she gave me a paper
saying that you were an officer.
Saying that I was an officer.
Oh, I thought you said war.
No.
W-A-R.
Warrant officer.
Warrant officer. I'm sorry. She thought you were a warrant officer.
Yeah. So I have the paper that says.
Why did she think she made that mistake?
I think it was in a computer system somewhere. I'm not saying. I got the documents.
Interesting.
That shows that I was probably another rank. But I'm an E4. And I'm 40 years old. Do I look like an E4?
No. But they kept you there.
They kept me as an E4.
Yeah. Again, I've heard this. You're not the only one. So that's a piece of the story that I hadn't.
And I think people have heard about these 5 years and back or 15 years or 20 years and back type of programs that not the military. I'm telling you, different people have. A lot of people like to blame the military for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I tell people, join the military. It changes your life. You know, if you're 19 years old and you retire when you're 30, join the military. It's the best decision I made.
Yeah.
You know, you might go through an experience like mine. Who knows? You know?
How active is the universe? How active is the solar system with craft? Is it buzzing with activity? When you talk about mining the rings of Saturn.
I don't know why I'm crying.
Well, there's tissues there. I mean, how active would you? Well, this is this is not an easy thing. I just want my audience to think about this for a moment, like what you've gone through in your life, and to think, that you're coming forward in this way for the first time, revealing your name, revealing your face in this way,
I'm just E4.
telling your story, you know? Yeah, but you're so much more than an E4, you know? And in many ways with this interview could help change the world, you know? Getting this information out to people could help change the world. So it's very brave what you're doing, very brave. And I don't know that many of us would be able to do what you do. I mean, just anyone who's watching right now to ask themselves that question, if I was in JP's position right now, would I do this? You know, and it's a very brave thing to do.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And I say it again, I love this country. I would never go against this country. Some people say, you're a whistleblower. I'm not a whistleblower. I'm just being told.
And you've been given the green light by commanding officers.
Yeah. And they don't want to be known that they're giving me the green light. And I respect that. You know?
Yeah. I want to talk maybe the spiritual side of all of this. We talk about the interdimensionality, the spiritual side of it. What do you mean by interdimensionality with these beings? Can you maybe describe that? Because it's an amorphous term. Are we talking about how many dimensions are there? Are they traveling through dimensions on a regular basis? The way that we would walk through a door to see our loved ones?
Read the book of Enoch.
The book of Enoch. Okay.
It gives
spot on.
Spot on. And certain books, you know, the books of Proverbs, you know, the book. It's spot on.
So in Enoch, can you maybe point out a few things that maybe
the Watchers? How does that?
There are spiritual watchers who are constantly,
like I said before, they know what you're doing.
And you could say that they're angels, or they're
angels. I think they're angels or negative entities that want you to fall and to sin, do bad things, you know.
And there are others that want you to
flourish and talk about love. That's what I love to talk about. I talk about love.
And are they physical beings that you've seen that
I've seen the Nordics. They feel so peaceful when I interact with them. And for me, I call them angels.
Yeah.
You know, but people call them Nordic beings. You know, they look physical like us, like you and me. Like if I'm talking to you right now.
And do you describe some beings as disappearing?
Yeah. I have a video that I share with Dr. Sala. I grab their, I didn't want him to go. It's like he was giving me a message and I want him to go, and I grabbed a piece of his clothing and it ripped. And it was like a bluish rainbow color, and I went like this to it and it turns into water and it disappears in my hand. I have a video of that.
And what happened to him?
He disappears.
Where
it's like they phased out. Phases out.
Where was that?
This was in Orlando, Florida, that this happened.
Outside, inside?
Outside.
Just in your backyard?
Yeah, right behind where I live.
So are you just sitting there one afternoon and
I always go outside and meditate and pray. I like to pray a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes these beings approach me and I talk to them and they talk to me, and yeah.
Guide you?
Do
you feel guided by them?
Sometimes, yeah, I do.
Do they talk to you?
They talk to me. They give me ideas. Like when I came back from Brazil, I started building with a neuroscientist, actually. I started building something in Tampa, and my house got ransacked and everything got taken away, and I stopped building. I was too scared to rebuild. And I was building like a box, or it looked like a wand box that it can heal certain parts of your body depending where you put it.
And was this message given to you
Yeah.
about how to do it?
Yeah.
So you were building this like healing wand, and you're not the only person that's told me about these healing wands.
Mm-hmm.
I've spoken to other individuals and whistleblowers in the military who've witnessed these healing wands where there was a missing limb.
Mm-hmm.
I think I even spoke about this when I was on Tucker Carlson's show, where they have like a missing limb, and with a wave of a wand, it's able to regrow.
Yeah, salamander.
Yeah. So you were building this in your home, which is
salamander wand.
That's what it's called?
So they call them, yeah.
And you were building this in your home. Someone just came, probably one of the nefarious black. Yeah. They just came.
And this happened also to my friend, the Air Force guy. He's also a type of scientist guy. He builds a lot of technology. And again, I'll tell you who he is after.
JP, anything else we want to talk about that we didn't cover that you want to talk about to share in your story? Or we've covered a lot of ground, but I don't want to leave any stone unturned.
I'm sure we'll meet again. You know,
sure.
It's all about love, Clayton. When you have that love for the people around you, and for like you doing this because of love, right?
Right.
You love doing this.
Right.
You love bringing information because you want people to know about what was really happening. And that's beautiful of you because of you're doing this. You know, you bring E4 is on your show.
Can share this
talking
story
about moon landings.
Yeah.
But it's all about the love, Clayton. That's all I could tell people. Bring the love to your family,
to your community.
Bring the love to the food before you eat. You know, bring the love, frequency. Everything is frequency. Everything is frequency, Clayton.
Yeah.
Everything is frequency. So I just want to, you know, if you're not religious, get into a religion, you know, worship God.
Spend time meditating.
Spend
praying.
time meditating, go to church, and that will change your life. You know, fast, do a lot of fasting. It's love. That's all I can.
Well, it's a good way to end it, I will say. You know, we covered a lot of things, so to be able to end it on that, well, thank you for your bravery. And thank you for your courage. Thank you for your love. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you, JP. Thank you.
Thank you, Clayton.
Thank you. God bless.
Much love.
Thank you.
Akuria Mate. That means heaven to earth.
Heaven to earth.
Heaven to earth.